Hi everyone, welcome to the Student Union session. Today I have my cat with me as well, so everybody loves to see a cat. And we also have some of the Student Union exec team here to basically answer your questions and tell you about what they do. So I'll let them introduce themselves in a moment. So first of all, shall we start with the president? Jacitha, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey Charlotte, thank you so much. So, hi everyone, I'm Joshita Venkatraman, the president of the Students' Union for the year 24-25. It is really nice to meet everyone virtually, and I hope to meet everyone soon in the campus. Like the video was all about what Students' Union is in detail. So, let me just tell some thing about the Students' Union from my side. So, Leicester Students' Union is an independent student-led organization separate from the university and is also a registered charity. Our purpose is to represent, advocate for, and to help build vibrant and diverse student communities. So we mean student led is E5 executive officers who are representing students who are voted and elected by the students to sit in our positions. So we represent students to the university and take the issues that affecting students, and the well-being of students are also taken in care. So we tell the university like what is happening with the students and what is affecting students basically. So we have full part-time officers for the year 24-25, and we also have part-time officers who cover a range of areas to ensure we represent a wide variety of students. Our work breaks down into three basically. It's the voice through representing via school rep, college rep, and executive officers team. Community building through our opportunities department, and advocacy through our advice team. So our ambition is to make sure all students are heard and their views are taken into account by the university. We do this by attending meetings on behalf of the students at variety of meetings within the university from departmental level right up to the council. So we have support from the student reps, school reps, and college reps who ensure we are clear on the biggest issues that affecting students. So that's basically what student union is about, and me as president does the same role what the student union, exactly what I said. So I talk to the university, the issues affecting students, and students can get in touch with me through the email address that's mentioned in the students union website. The concerns they have, the issues they have, you can directly contact the students union as well. If it's a like really big issue that needs to be taken immediately care of, the students union will definitely do it according to the seriousness of the matters. Yeah, now I'll pass on to Reed, my colleague, who will tell you more about the students union.
Hey everybody, how are we doing? My name is Reed James. I'm your Community and Wellbeing Officer for the year. So what does that mean? That's a whole lot of words. So what it actually means is I'm your lead representative on everything from sustainability, wellbeing in a representational sense, volunteering, fundraising, and so on and so forth. So if there's any issues relating to those kinds of things, that's the stuff I deal with, as well as community projects. So stuff like the community kitchens that you might have seen around on the campus, which are the kitchens that have been installed, all the way to the very obvious, like assisting volunteering groups and volunteering efforts around the campus. Now I'm going to hand over to Aishwarya.
Hello everyone, I'm Aishwarya Kote, your Liberation Officer for this academic year. I'm originally from India and came to UK this January to pursue my Masters in International Business. So after experiencing life as an international student, I felt passionate about representing and supporting diverse student groups, so which led me to run in an annual elections. So as Liberation Officer, my role is to ensure that all students, particularly those from underrepresented or marginalized groups, have their voices heard and their needs met within the university community.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Lovely. So I think it's something that Aishwarya just said just then. Everyone who is an officer or president is either a recently graduated student or in the middle of their course. Well, I have graduated many years ago. If I was sort of to work on that level, it wouldn't be the same. So students are representing students through the student union. I think it's really important to sort of push that. Yeah. So I have some questions. Like I said, if anyone else has any other questions as well, then do feel free to put them in the chat and I can put them to your offices. But to start with, I think if I was a student at the university, what kind of help would I get from the student union? When might I come to you? I think is the the thing, because like I mentioned, it's a beautiful building. I think people tend to know the Students' Union as a building rather than as a set of people who are there to help. So when might it be that students come to you to say, I need support or something like that? Does anybody want to start on that one?
So let me answer that question for you. So it's like there isn't a particular time that students need to come into the Students' Union. Students' Union doors are always open for students. We are there for students. We run for students, and we represent students in every matter it is. It is we Student Union are there for students, not only in just at the academic side alone. Whatever issue is, it is like the mental health, or they need with academic help, or they need something support from the outside, let's say accommodation, whatever it is they feel like, whatever is the problem of the students, we have separate teams working on it. We have the advice team, let's say, who give advice to the students about the academics. Let's say the visas team we have. So it's like so diverse, and we have a lot of teams for every issue that student face. We have team and we have support for the students here. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I suppose I'd also like to say it doesn't just have to be a crisis thing either, like, oh, well, I'm not doing well in academics, I need to go, oh, mental health isn't good, I need to go to Student Union. We can help with anything to do with campus life. You know, one of the big projects over the years has been the fact that the students used to have nowhere to go and eat on campus, actually warm up food. Now we've got a kitchen installed in the Student Union. We've had a kitchen installed in the Charles Wilson building, and we're very, very close to having one installed in the library now as well. And that's just an example of students were like, we want kitchens, now we've got 3. So it can be anything, all the way from literal crisis all the way down to, I would just like something, like a gaming room. That's how we got a gaming room downstairs now, because people asked for it. So we can help with basically anything and everything, whatever kind of complaint or thing or idea that you've got that you want to change. We can help with that, whatever it is, because it's all about being student led and student run. So the student comes with an idea and said, oh, I want this type of food outlet on campus. We can have those conversations with the food outlet team who run them at the university and see what we can get to with them.
Brilliant. So it's that extra level, isn't it? An extra level of being able to go, what about? What about this? Or even, I need some help. Yeah.
So adding on to that, if you have any ideas that you want to see a change in the university, you can also submit your ideas in the idea system, which is on Union website. So we consider those ideas and move forward.
Yeah, any ideas? And sometimes I have to say, in the past, sometimes the ideas can be quite wacky, but you might be able to get them through. So don't think, oh, that this is either if it's small or if it's unusual, put those ideas in. You never know. Thank you. So the next question we have is, what is the best way to get involved with the Student Union? So you say if you're a first year coming in and you think, what can I do? What is there for me?
I'd say for mine, it's just about getting involved and taking every opportunity. Sometimes the Student Union can come to you, but a lot of the time, the best way to do it is to come to us. And the exciting thing about universities, there's so many opportunities to get involved in every single capacity the Student Union does. You want to make a difference on the campus directly, we elect our officers every year. We've got some elections actually coming up for our part-time officers in October time, so keep an eye out for those. You can already nominate yourself today, and the election takes place in mid-October. So that's like one example. They're going to get a difference in a specific area, in a specific remit. Nominate yourself to be an officer. You want to start a society, as the video pointed out, you can do that, and we'll assist you with it. The best way to do all this is go onto a website, have a look, go onto our Instagram. We've got loads of things on there, and we always post the latest update. So I'd say get involved. And the best thing to look out for on our website is the What's On page, because that includes every single event that we run and every single event that other student groups are running as well. We've put on there to advertise. So if you're interested in getting involved in the sport, society, want to know what the Students' Union's up to, look on our Instagram, look on our What's On page on our website. Include all the events and things that we're getting up to and ways to get involved. Soon on Monday, we've got our Freshers Fair starting. So that's the Students' Union Carnival on Monday, Sports Fair on Tuesday, where you can find out about the sports clubs, Societies Fair on Tuesday, find out about all the societies that are being run, opportunities. So that's part-time jobs and volunteering on Thursday. And throughout all of that, we're going to be having a freebies fair with lots of free things as well. So the best way to get involved, as well as what I've already said, is next week, because that's the big day when we put our most effort into trying to engage with students. So come along to any of those, find out what you're interested in, and just get involved. That's the best way.
Yeah, always enjoy the start of term. Let's try and make it down there so I can get some freebies myself. Anybody want to add anything to that?
I just want to add one more point to what Reed said. So to get involved with the student union, there's also opportunity to be the core school and college reps. So you can apply for that, and you could be part of the university in the student group, and you can get more involved with the students union, getting us to know what is the issue affecting students or what student likes. Maybe we could improve on that. Kind of, yeah.
Yep, I think that one gets advertised out quite a lot actually at this time of year. So it feels quite new and you think, what would I know? But that's okay. That's the point. That is the point. Ishwarya.
Yeah, just to add on that, there are also student councils like Academic Council, Liberation Council, Sports and Societies Council, and also a Sustainability Network, where students can be a part of the council and help shape important decisions that affect the student life. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot. There is a lot that you can get involved in, isn't there? It's not just sort of some executive offices and some part-time offices. It's like there is a whole range. There is actually thinking about it, I've heard a lot about the college course reps and school reps of all the different levels. There's a lot of them. There's hundreds of them. So
yeah, the hardest part for me as a student was trying to figure out what to do, what do I actually want to get involved in, because you've only got so much time, you know. That was the hardest thing. I was trying to figure out, I want to be a course rep, but I also want to be on the council, but also want to be part of a society, and seeing how much I could do. And often it's quite a lot. I don't know if that was a good thing, but it was definitely enjoyable and gave me a lot of experience and skills and things to take forward.
Yeah, become part of the university, almost quite literally become part of it. This actually leads on quite nicely to the next question, which is what bit of advice would you give to a new student? So is it throw yourself into absolutely everything, or maybe pick and choose? I don't know. What would you start with, Aishwarya?
I say that like get involved in everything and socialize. Join the clubs and societies, and stay updated on campus events and opportunities by following universities and student unions social medias. So it's a great way to keep updated on what's going on campus. Yeah.
Reed?
Yeah, I'd say just come to everything, because you never know what you like and what you don't like. You might think you know what you like, but often the most unexpected things can come when you're not expecting them and end up being really good. I'll never forget the time when my friend said, "You want to come to this debate society?" And I was like, "I'm not really interested in debating, and that's not really for me." I was like, "Come on, it'll be interesting." I was like, "Okay, I'll come along." And you know what? I ended up being the president twice. So, you know, it turns out I really did like debating once I got into it. So I say, even if you're like not sure, getting outside of your comfort zone is probably the most important thing you can do. So if you're like, I don't know if I want to be part of a society or a sports club, just do it, because the worst thing that happens is you just don't like it, and everything stays the same, and that's fine. But if it turns out if you do like a specific society, you do a sport and you find, oh, I actually do like that sport, I'd like to do it more. And that's fantastic. And that's exactly what you should be doing. So it's very generic advice in some ways, because everyone says it, but it's very true. And unfortunately, not enough students in my experience do get involved. You know, when I used to run a society, it was very much made up of second and third years a lot of the time. And the first years would come afterwards once they got to second years. But the best advice I could ever give you is to start getting involved now, because you'll definitely regret it later when you realize the whole year's passed and there's so many things you could have done, because your degree is important and maybe the most important thing. But alongside that, all the personal development, the growth, the skills, and maybe most importantly, the friendships that you form from these groups are so very important. All my best friends in life in Leicester, I met them all through societies and clubs. I never would have met them otherwise. So I'd absolutely recommend just getting involved now.
Definitely. Yeah, we call it saying a gentle yes. There's some things that might terrify you when you think about it, and it's like if it's very scary, you don't have to. But just in case, you know, give it a go, give it a try. Any other advice that you would give?
I would say like University of Leicester is really diverse. You'll see students from all over the world, so don't feel scared to talk to new people. They are also same new like you, and they would also love to talk with other people, other students like you do. So at the beginning, to be honest, I was really scared and I don't talk with anyone. I just sit with my class with basically I'm from India, so I just talk with Indian students. But later when the term went by, when I talked with other students from China, Korea, everywhere, Africa, So they were really sweet and they were really kind, and that's when I regretted I should have talked with them and made friends with them before itself. So I would say start talking with all the students, and it's really great to have like students from different cultures, and you will feel so interesting to know about what is happening in their country. Yeah.
That is a good bit. I think everyone's in the same boat. That's a bit. Everyone is starting. If you're starting in your first year, everyone is starting fresh as well.
Yeah.
And I have to agree with Reed. I don't want to say how many years I've been out of university, but it was a very long time ago. And I am still friends with people that I made friends with at university, still in contact with them. And it's been a couple of decades.
Since we are away sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Carry on, and then we'll come back.
Since we're away from home and we make new friends here, they'll be the home for us here while we are studying at the university. Yeah, so I think it will be really helpful for us to have more friends.
Yeah. You can't have too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More is better.
Yeah. Ishwari, did you want to add something then?
Yeah, the most important advice I want to give is about safe zone application, where safety is a major concern when you're new to the city or university. So we have a fantastic safe zone application, which is free for all students and staff. So it's like if you need any help, whether it's an emergency, first aid, or any quick inquiry, you can alert university security directly from your phone. Yeah.
Brilliant. Lots of good advice there. So do you have any questions for the officers? So start typing if you've got questions for anybody. While you're thinking about that, I'm just going to tell you what's up next, because it takes a little time for everyone to type it in. So we're nearly at the end of this part of Succeed. So the online sessions finish tomorrow. So we've got one last session, which is for international students, which is all about sort of how things might be different. So how will my assessment be different and who can help? So that is from our centre. I'm trying to remember what they call. We call them SITE, Centre for the International Teaching or Training Excellence. And that is tomorrow from 4 till 5 again. And then we've got the Welcome Arrival Weekend, which starts tomorrow. Goodness, when we started this a few weeks ago, it seemed a long way away. There will be lots of stalls and stands on campus as people are moving in, or if you're already here and already local, do come along and basically just see what's going on. So that is starting tomorrow all the way through to Sunday. Apparently the weather's going to be bad on Saturday, so they're going to move a lot of it inside. So don't panic as well if you think, oh, the weather's going to be awful. There will be lots of space there. So I will just stop the recording and then we will see if there's any questions. Oh, actually, did you want to add something, Reed, before I do that?
Yeah, I was going to say, if nobody's got any questions, that's okay, because I had one more thing I wanted to say anyway.
Yeah.
So that's perfect, which I think the thing I wanted to raise, something that some first years have brought up to me before, and I certainly thought before I really got involved with the student union, I think it's important to know is a lot of the time when people think of the student union, they might just think, oh, it's a bit of a talking shop. I can complain about it, but how much influence does the student union really have? Well, I just want everybody to know, if there ever is an issue, the student union is one of those rare organisations that doesn't just talk, it acts as well. One of the things that came up about a year ago was cost of living crisis, student hunger. The student union raised it with the university and managed to get them to do a free breakfast programme for the next year, which was fantastic. And then this year it's gone even further, where to continue that goes complaints with students about the cost of living crisis and needing more support. Just this week, I've been able to unofficially open a new campus food bank, where we've got a partnership with Leicester South Food Bank, where food is going to be given out as part of a welfare provision to students who need it. So that's just an example, and I could think of many more, but that's one very recently I can think of where complaint was brought up about cost of living, needing more support, and that's been carried through last year, and it's been carried through this year as well. That's only possible because of the student union, and because we face students and we know their concerns in a way the university just otherwise couldn't act with as quickly. So just want everybody to know, if you do have a problem, you can come and we can sort it out.
That is fantastic progress. I mean, I really wish we didn't need that kind of action, but knowing that it does happen and that it isn't just, like you said, just that sort of, I can go and say something, but nothing will come out of it. There's a lot of things. There's huge lists, I think, every year of sort of changes that the Students' Union has managed to make.
Yeah, I was going to say that video that you showed at the start, I could already probably think that video was recorded, I think, in January.
Yeah.
I can already think of like 10 to things that were wrong with that video banner, because things have already changed. We've already changed something in that video that was different now, because we're always changing.
So yeah, keep up to date. It's going to suddenly change for you. So thank you. I'm going to say thank you to everyone now, and then I'll finish the recording. Then if anyone wants any questions, we'll stick around and you can ask the question. So if you think I don't want it on the recording, that is fine. It won't show up on that.